This podcast discusses paranormal activity and other topics some might find disturbing. Listener discretion is advised. I'm not ready.
Oh, is this one of those cold open things?
You're supposed to do a cold open, but no, I was trying to get my script in front of me. You know what's so funny is like any time before that I wanted to do a cold open or I didn't want to do a cold open, you would do it. But now because I want it, you're like, I got nothing to say.
Yeah, you put a label on it and it just freaks me out now.
Well, all right, well.
You triple stamp the double stamp.
Well,
you know you're not supposed to do that.
Well, here's the music.
Shadows creep, the clock strikes 3. Whispers hum through the old oak tree. Secrets hide where the moon shines. Oh. Is it a chill or a ghostly breeze? A knock, a tap, what do you believe? Ghosts, gossip, gather around where the lost and the haunted are found. Ghosts, gossip, don't make a sound. Truth or tales, we'll dig it out.
Hello, here we are, and there's the music. I'm working these sliders like a boss. I still have a lot of learning to do.
Slide me timbers.
Shout out to my friend Ben, who's been a good source for this little thing here. Because it is a Rodecaster, and I don't know what a Rodecaster is, but apparently they're good. And I mean, I think the sound sounds good.
It does sound good. I think it seems more rich.
Yes, he said it's supposed to sound full. I want to sound crisp. I'm learning. So today, guys, we have a fun episode. We're going back to haunted history of locations. And I got this place. I've heard about this place before, but they actually followed me on Instagram. And I was like, all right, that's a sign. And then somebody else who was in that area followed me on Instagram. And again, I was like, okay, this is our next history location.
You know I love a history lesson.
I think you're going to like this one. This one dates back to the Wild Wild West.
Yes, you've given me a little trinket of where we're going today, but I'm really looking forward to learning more about this Wild West town.
Why are you staring at me like you're a psychopath? Dude, listen, I get jumpy when we record at night. I'm going to need you to put your eyeballs back in your head. Blink.
Blink if you need help. Blink
right.
Twice for yes. Blink once for no.
So if you're new here, my name is Ashley.
And you know who I am.
If you're new here, they won't know who you are.
I'm trying to make an impression here.
You are.
On the new ones.
You are making an impression with your awesome cold open. If y'all could only seen his dance that he was doing during the opening music.
It was
vulgar.
I was going to say getting jiggy with it.
It was something.
But back to me.
Yes. Yes, back to why we're here. You.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
As our veteran listeners already know, I'm going to inform our new listener of who I am.
Please, I'm waiting. We're all waiting.
Dramatic pause. I am the lovable, laughable, Old Land co-host.
Do you have a name?
Have many names.
Okay, what is your birth name? Just the first one.
Daniel.
Hi, Daniel.
Hi, Ashley.
Okay. So here we talk about ghost games and ghoulish gossip about the dearly departed. Today we are getting in our imaginary plane and we're flying from the East Coast to the West Coast.
The wild, wild West, y'all.
We're going to Virginia City, Nevada, which is really known for its haunting of the area. There's many locations in Virginia City that are quite haunted, apparently, or supposedly, or allegedly. All the legal terms, all at once.
All I can keep thinking is this is very far from Virginia.
It is very far from Virginia, but I will tell you where it got its name in a second.
That was a good little segue.
It was. Very good. Thank you. So, back in Virginia City, Nevada, back in the days of the miner town. I guess that Wild Wild West or was that miners?
It was kind of the same thing.
Was it? Because I'm not sure when the Wild West was considered wild.
I mean, I think it still is.
Probably. I know we get wild when we go out there.
You ever seen L.A.?
Well, we're talking about Nevada.
I'm just saying.
We're talking about Nevada. So,
you ever seen Vegas at night?
Yes, several times.
Okay. That's pretty wild.
I've never really truly been a part of Vegas at night. I mean, I've been there, but I've never been like wild. I like to be asleep by a certain time, even out there.
Boo.
Okay. So I don't know if the Wild West was considered in the 1800s, like the 1859 era.
I really do think it is, but I could be wrong.
I'm not quite sure, but I know at the time that was a huge mining town. And whiskey at the time was cheaper than water.
Yeehaw.
It ran. It was fluid, okay? Everybody, I was watching one of the videos. I went back to Colin Browen because I love his videos. He has some of the best history on YouTube. His history on these locations is unmatched by anybody else that I have watched. And I've watched quite a few, but one of their tour guides, who is amazing, said that they didn't have a drunk, like a town drunk. They were a drunk town.
Yeah.
So we are talking about the Washoe Club.
Washoe. Can you spell that,
Washoe.
please? Can I get that in a sentence?
The Washoe Club is in Virginia City, Nevada.
Washoe.
It is spelled Washoe, but I think it's not Washoe. I think it's Washoe.
That sounds like what Mama used to tell me.
What?
Wash your ass.
You still haven't listened. The Washoe Club is one of the oldest saloons, if not the oldest saloon in Virginia City.
That's cool.
It is an old saloon that once catered to millionaires, miners, and if the rumors are true, a ghost or two that haven't checked out yet.
Welcome all.
We love history, so I'm just going to dive really quickly into history really fast before we get into the hauntings, because we know that's why you're here. And Virginia City itself was founded in 1859 by a man who stumbled out of a saloon with whiskey and spit on the ground, and then I love this. He named the town after himself, and that's what it was.
Sounds like my kind of guy.
I know, just like, okay, I'm drunk. Woo! That's mine.
I think I've tried that before. It didn't.
I don't think it has the same effect in 2025.
That was not, in fact, deeded that land.
No. If that's the case, we'd be spitting on everything.
There was never a plat drawn. Let's just put it that way.
Where's that 100 acres we like? Pah, 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 pah. That's mine now. Who says? Well, I spit on it. It was once known as Virginia Town. So I guess the guy's name was Virginia, or maybe his last name. I saw that part and I was like, that's interesting. And I moved on. ADHD, It was renamed to Virginia City after the Comstock lode. Wow. Is that right?
The Comstock load?
Yes. That sounds horrible. That sounds like something you would watch in X-rated after hours TV.
I'm going to give you a Comstock load.
It was the load of silver that was once under the eastern slope of Mount Davidson. When they hit the Comstock lode, that was like the biggest silver strike in history.
Yes.
And so after that, they renamed it to Virginia City instead of Virginia Town. And one of the things that I was watching said that at the time, their population was 25,000 people. We're talking the 1850s. That was a lot of people.
That's a lot of people, especially out there.
Yeah, and they said at any given time when there's visitors and such, it could range up to 100,000 people in that area.
That's a big swing from 25,000 to 100,000.
Right. And I'm not sure if there was a festival or something. I doubt they had festivals then. But I don't know what caused the influx from 25,000 to 100,000 people. But they had people just coming into that area because of the silver strike.
Mm-hmm. Probably people seeking their fortune in silver and whiskey.
This was the first major discovery of silver ore in the United States. And it was named after Henry Comstock. Kind of an unfortunate name.
Not really.
Gotta load up on that Comstock.
Not when you're finding big loads.
No, not when you're striking it rich. But, he struck it rich in a really good time because it didn't stay that way. And we're going to get into that. The club is Virginia City's oldest saloon. In the 1870s, Virginia City was absolutely buzzing with people coming in and out. The Comstock discovery turned the city from a dusty town into a playground for rich men. Women weren't allowed, but money was pouring in for these guys.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it was.
Yeah. And in the saloons, they didn't want to go into the regular saloons. So they made this club, and it was known as the Millionaires Club. So the Washoe Club turned into the playground for the rich and wealthy of that time, of that area. The richest of the rich men would pay their memberships, and that's where they would go and drink and meet ladies of the night and smoke cigars and play poker for days on end. No lie, they would play poker for 3 or 4 days straight.
Where do you sign up?
It's unavailable. It dissolved in the 1800s.
Just a little late.
The Washoe Club opened its doors in 1875, and like I said, it was known as the Millionaires Club. This was not an average watering hole. Like I said, it was like a gentleman's club for the rich and famous. And we're talking about mine owners, politicians, business moguls, attorneys, doctors, the richest of the rich guys out there.
Just like a modern high-end country club.
Yes, kind of like the Palmetto Club or the Piedmont Club.
Yep.
Those rich people.
No, I tried to get a job at the Piedmont Club.
You wouldn't have lasted. In the best of way, honey, you wouldn't have made it.
Yeah, I didn't get that job.
No, I bet they look. Did you have long hair then?
I didn't have long hair, but I did have a beard.
Oh, which you don't have anymore.
No.
He has a Fu Manchu, everybody. Handlebar mustache. No, it's not a handlebar. It doesn't turn up yet. Oh, God, no. No, please don't turn your mustache up.
I'm just going to let these strips just grow long.
You're going to look like Tab's dad. That's what he has. Kenzo Auto, yeah?
You let these grow long and just braid them.
Oh, gross. Mm-mm. Try to kiss me all tickly with your face hair. No.
Whip you.
Absolutely not. So these men would gather in this club, like I said, to play poker. They would drink top shelf whiskey and
hell yeah,
and smoke expensive cigars.
I like cigars, but not enough to pay for really nice ones.
They also what they were betting playing poker were the kind of deals that could change fortunes overnight.
That's crazy.
Isn't that nuts? So many famous men in history were members of the club. Some of these that you might know: Ulysses S. Grant, General Robert Sherman,
who the Sherman tanks are named after,
Artemus Ward, which I don't know who that is.
I know that name. I don't associate it with anything, but the name sounds familiar.
Edwin Booth, who was John Wilkes Booth's brother, and so many others. So the mine owners were really wealthy.
Yeah.
The miners themselves were not allowed in the club itself. I think they could go to the bar downstairs after a while, but when it was just the club, miners themselves were not allowed. If you were rich enough to get in, you had access to the finest booze, lavish parties, and maybe a few ladies of the evening who kept the gentlemen company. But fun fact, these women were not allowed to walk up the front staircase or the spiral staircase. They had to be snuck in because women weren't allowed up there.
Interesting. You would think that it really wouldn't matter in a place like that.
On October 26, 1875, this was just 5 months after it opened. I believe it opened in June of 1875. So in October 1875, a massive fire actually tore through Virginia City. From what I read, I was kind of confused with the timeline. You know, my ADHD kicks in and then words, and there's a lot of them, so I do better with videos listening to them. Some of the articles I read made it out like the building burnt down or was damaged by the fires. But the history portion of Colin's video, it said that the fire didn't burn down the club. So I'm not quite sure how it was affected by the fires, but I know that something happened and they moved the club from Street B to Street C, and they reestablished the club over the tavern that is still there today.
Gotcha. So it's presently in a different building than it originally started in.
I don't know. I can't figure that part out.
Or they just moved the building.
I don't think they moved the building. They said Street B and Street C, so I don't know the locations of Street B versus Street C. So if anybody can explain that to me or maybe draw me a map, I don't know. But I couldn't figure out if it was in a different building that was demolished by the fire and then they moved it in its entirety to Street C over the tavern, or if maybe they were in a different part of the building that was affected by the fire. And I don't know.
I guess I don't know, but it sounds like to me they just moved the club to a different location.
That's kind of what I picked up, but I couldn't tell. So I'm just being very clear.
Not the physical club, just the group started meeting in a new space.
Maybe. I don't know. If somebody can explain that to me, I'd appreciate it. But for what I understand is something with that fire that came through Virginia City, it demolished a good part of the actual city itself. And when that happened, the members moved it to where the building is now, the location it is now on Street C. They opened the doors to that new location or to that area where they were going to be in 1876, and it was known for its luxury amenities across the West Coast. In 1881, an underground fire actually wrecked all the mines, like not all the mines. I don't know if that's the case. Look at me making up stuff. The fire actually tore through the mines underneath the ground, and production of silver and anything else they were mining, it was impacted greatly. Riches were lost when that fire came through, and people who were once able to afford the memberships no longer could. And by 1897, the Washoe Club was done. Behind the glamour, there were many tragedies, including the mining disasters, sudden deaths, and a city that saw more than its fair share of heartbreak. And you know, when things like that happen in close kind of quarters or in an area, it impacts the energy there.
Yeah, and in a close timeline proximity as well.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, we're talking about 1875, and then a fire moved through in that same year. And then there were other things. Like in 1873 to 1874, there was a huge explosion that killed like 12 people. And Jacob, I can't remember what Jacob was, but he was some kind of military man, and he did explosion, and he had a monkey, right? And of all the things, the guy had a monkey in 1873 or 1874, and he brought explosives home with him. Like, that's a good idea. And then the monkey was playing with the explosives or something and actually caused an explosion. And that explosion that happened in 1873 killed 12 people.
Yeah, what you just described sounds like a scene from The Hangover.
It sounds like something so made up, but this guy named Jacob who had a monkey, who the monkey was obliterated when the explosion happened. They found no signs of the monkey. So the monkey was like, poof, which I hate that. Poor monkey. But okay, I can understand why you have a monkey, because I always wanted a monkey. Why are you bringing your explosives home?
So the monkey can play with the explosives,
well,
obviously.
He killed 12 people. The monkey and Jacob killed 12 people, okay? So one of the people that are said to haunt, there's a lot of different hauntings. I read several different things about the Washoe Club. But one thing that I took away, it is extremely haunted. It has all sorts of activity, paranormal activity, and it's
a vibe.
Oh, it's definitely a vibe. Oh, yeah. I watch videos and I get like tingles and like, I'm like, it definitely seems like quite the place. If you want to go visit something that's going to be haunted, it seems like a good option.
I'm already like, when are we going?
Oh, yeah, me too. I've already looked at this and I'm like, okay. I love Nevada. You know I do. Nevada is one of my favorite states that I've been to, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I would like to go see other parts of Nevada.
I do too. Oh, absolutely. We're going to start with the first and probably most popular, maybe the most seen ghost.
I'm gonna be popular.
You were just watching Wicked.
I was. I can't wait for the second one to come out.
Oh, it's like 2 months.
Yeah, we're going.
I know we're going. Okay, one of the most popular spirits in the Washoe Club is the lady in blue. The lady in blue was spotted gliding around the second and third floors. She is seen at the top of the spiral staircase. She is in a very elegant blue evening gown when she is seen, and there's pictures of her. I will when I do my TikTok reel or story or whatever they're called, I will try to find a picture of her. She has been seen several times and is in several different pictures.
Wow, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. It looks like she just stepped out of one of the club's high society galas. She was unalived on the third floor. Some say her name is Lena. Some believe that she was a wealthy socialite, but others believe that she might be a prostitute or a lady of the evening. She met her tragic end on one of the upper floors. A man actually, I can't really say it because what's happening is when I say things that go against YouTube, they're taking my episodes off of YouTube is what they're doing. So I'm trying to keep things PC.
I'm glad you said that because I'm not at all PC.
No, you're not PC at all.
I don't want to create more editing or heartache for you on the post-production.
Yeah, post-production's sometimes hard. So pretty much a man unalived her by across her neck. That was my sound effects.
Yes.
Yes, and it was to the point where she almost didn't have a head anymore. People say that they get this sudden feeling of chills and they catch a glimpse of her sometimes on the stairwell or in the mirror, and then she vanishes. Visitors have also claimed that they see a shadowy figure near her, and they believe that that is Lena's killer. Mm-hmm. He is spotted on the upper floors as well. Wouldn't that be something? You're unalived, and then the who did it is going to haunt you too. He's going to stick around.
But did he die there too?
I don't know. But that's just what I read, that they believe that the shadow that they see kind of near her is or could be her schmurderer.
Her schmurderer?
Her schmurderer.
Yeah, I mean...
That's allowed on YouTube. Like, they don't know what that means.
Schmurderer?
Schmurderer.
Even if he wasn't unalived there, that he may have carried some kind of guilt about it, and then when he did become deceased... He joined her in that.
Or he took pride in it, and that was one of his greatest moments because, some sickos are like that.
Yeah, either way.
Yeah.
So.
And they say that people they're usually at their happiest places or the most dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, that could have definitely been the most dramatic point in his life.
maybe.
It was hers.
Yeah, it was definitely hers. It was definitely hers. And, nobody says that she's malevolent or anything. They just said she's beautiful and she's in a beautiful gown and she's there. So, the next place, this is weird. This is just weird, okay? They have a crypt there, like an actual crypt. Oh, gosh.
Does it have a crypt keeper?
I mean, maybe.
You remember Tales from the Crypt?
I do remember that little
show.
Yes. With his long hair. He used to terrify me. I look at him now and laugh.
Funny story. We used to go meet a family on Friday nights at the Beacon in Spartanburg.
Ooh, Grease Fest.
And we would stay there so long, we would get to watch both episodes of Tales from the Crypt.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
That was a happening Saturday night.
Yeah, I mean, we'd be there for like 3-4 hours.
Call it.
Getting a chili cheese aplenty, watching the Tales from the Crypt at the Beacon on Friday night.
Let me tell you something. The Beacon was not my favorite.
I mean, you're also not a Sparkle City All-Star.
No.
Like myself.
No, I'm not. So anyway, back to the story. We're going back to the crypt. So the crypt is a creepy place in the Washoe Club.
Why do they have one?
I'll tell you why. In the crypt, you can see orbs and shadow people and kind of feel weird. Back in the 1800s, during the harsh Nevada winters, bodies were sometimes stored in crypts, and they weren't the only place that had them. In the area, other hotels and such had crypts because during the winter, the ground would get so hard and so frozen, they could not dig through them.
That makes perfect sense.
Right, and back in the day, there was no heavy machinery like there is now, so they could not physically dig the ground to bury the dead. So they had these crypts, essentially, and they would stack bodies up in the winter.
Till the bodies hit the floor.
Well, until the floor was thawed. Thank you, yeah.
Past tense.
Thawed.
Got to thaw that ground so we can bury these bodies.
In the Washoe Club, their crypt was used from 1870 until 1922.
Wow.
It was used to store the bodies, and in 1874, there were 77 bodies stacked up on each other.
How big is this crypt? Are we talking like the size of our studio here?
I think if you turned our studio vertical and it was like a round, it's like a story high.
Yeah, so like a large shed in your backyard. A
Well,
large walk-in closet.
I'm kind of thinking like a silo, like a story high silo. Round brick, maybe 10, 15 feet high.
Why a silo? I'm not getting silo vibes at all.
Because it's round.
But why would it be round?
I don't know. Maybe it's not round. I don't know. It looked round on the video.
Oh, maybe I didn't see a video. So
No, I'm telling you that's what it looked like. You asked me. I'm telling you, like, that's what it reminds me of, because our studio is a triangle. You referred to it like as our studio. That looked more round. It could be square. I don't know. They didn't tell me. I've never been. But it is an enclosed space like a story high where they would drop bodies from the first floor down.
Oh, they didn't like throw them in there and stack them up. They dropped them in there?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They dropped them in.
Was there like a...
Well, because when they're 77 high, what are they supposed to do? They had to stack them up.
Yeah, this is the logistics of this is
somebody was
freaking me out.
Yeah, because think about the studio turned on end and in vertical. And they're just dropping bodies down and stacking them up.
Was this like the Inquisition in the West? Like, what is going on?
It was the West, but yeah, they would drop the bodies into the crypt from the upper floor.
That's crazy.
The most well-known tale of hauntings in the crypt, from what I found, was 3 miners that were killed in a collapse. So I think these miners were killed in the collapse of a mine.
Not children.
Not like Kendrick Lamar. Miner!
West Virginia miners.
Yes, their bodies were brought to the Washoe Club and kept in that cold room until the thaw of the ground. Paranormal investigators claim that the miners never truly left. Shadow figures move through the storage area. Heavy boots stomp on the wooden floors. And EVP recordings have been picked up with gruff voices saying, "Get out." Employees have also said they hear a woman screaming in the crypt. Okay, so the next is the spiral staircase where the lady in blue.
Lady in blue. Have you noticed like there's a theme like the pink lady, the lady in blue?
Yeah.
There's another one. Was it the white lady?
I mean, most people see a lady in white.
Where is that? Where was that?
Everywhere.
Was that the Crescent? There was a lady in...
Reports at the Crescent say they see somebody falling from the 4th floor in a white gown.
But I know
there's a nightgown.
There's the pink lady at the Grove Park.
Mm-hmm.
There's
another hotel in the California or Nevada area, and it's the Red Lady. But we haven't talked about that one.
Yeah, I was just thinking like it would be cool to have like a picture frame with like the different ladies. And
I agree, but I don't know if I want that in here. I think they're beautiful. But my creative juices were flowing. But I like it. Anyway, we're talking about the spiral staircase.
And the lady in blue.
The lady in blue. So the Old Washoe Club has the longest, this is a fun fact, this is a Jeopardy question that you're going to need one day, guys. Take notes. The Old Washoe House has the longest spiral staircase without a supporting pole featured in Ripley's Believe It or Not.
That's cool.
Sounds terrifying. Sounds unsafe.
That's one of those things, like I would love that.
I know. That's why I added it.
I absolutely love it. Like, that's cool to me.
So I've used Amy's crypt last week. Remember her? You were like, your sister Amy? No. So she is like a paranormal investigator and she does a bunch of spooky stuff. And this was on her website. And I saw that and I was like, that is a fun fact that Daniel would love.
Thanks, Amy, coming through.
Amy's crypt. Shout out Amy's crypt. One of the building's most unique features is the spiral staircase. That staircase is the one that leads up to the private club that the ladies were not allowed to go up.
But she's standing on it.
You know, I'm so confused now because they say you're not allowed to go up, but she's seen on the staircase. So I don't know.
Maybe she's like, F y'all, I'm standing on the staircase.
Yeah, maybe she's a rebel. Maybe she's a rebel.
I'll show y'all.
I think this will make more sense when we can actually go and see the floor plan and experience it and kind of put images with the words to kind of know.
Update episode to follow.
Guests say that they see shadowy figures descending the stairs, even though no one's physically there. Oh, that's like a rhyme. It's a little riddle. Photographs are taken on the staircase and they show misty shapes and even full body apparitions. One famously nicknamed the man in the stairwell. He looks very much like one of the old time bartenders.
Does he have like on that little...
I don't know.
Never mind.
I haven't been. Adding it to the list.
I need details.
I know you do. Well, this is a sad one. So the next story of the haunting in the Washoe Club is that of the little girl. Among the more chilling...
Whoa. Time out.
I'll explain if you allow me to.
I know, but I gotta stop you. What was the little girl doing in the Washoe Club?
I'm going to tell you, it wasn't always the Washoe Club. Remember?
No, I don't remember.
I told you they moved in there.
Little girl?
No, the Millionaire Club moved in 1975 or 1976. Among the more chilling and heartbreaking tales is that of the little girl seen on the 3rd floor near the ballroom. She's been described as wearing an old-fashioned dress. She giggles, which children's giggling is supposed to be precious, but when they're not there, it's
haunting,
terrifying. And this is so sad. They said she softly calls for her mother. Visitors have said they have felt her reaching out and touching their hands as they pass by. This is what makes this even sadder. Like, I don't have any experiences, like true experiences with children's spirits, and I guess that's why I'm so scared of them. I have met investigators who absolutely love them. I'm not one of those people. But if this little girl is truly a little girl spirit, it is heartbreaking because people believe that she was either the child of a woman that worked there, that used to live upstairs, or her name was Ella. And Ella lived in the building with her dad, Ed. And Jacob, the man with the monkey, his explosion killed both Ed and Ella.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, either way,
it's
terribly sad.
And there is one more little girl that was known to die in the building before it was the Washoe Club. And it was a doctor's office at the time. But they think that's a completely different spirit than the little girl on the second or third floor, on the upper floor. They said that they hear her little footsteps walking around and they hear a faint, high-pitched voice on their EVPs, and then her toys will move on their own. If that's truly a little ghost girl, that makes me really sad, especially the calling for her mother.
It's a bad place to be a little girl spirit too, you know what I mean?
Well, just wait. We're not even to the darker spirit.
Oh boy.
Yeah. In the bar, I tried to keep these like from floor up, but I got ADHD. I got turned around. The next guy, he's the old prospector. This guy is your kind of fella. He is said to haunt the tavern on the main floor, and he loves women and whiskey.
I love a woman.
Good answer. Whiskey. I was wondering how you were going to respond to that. Kind of set you up to see how it would go.
I love a woman, which is you.
That's me.
But I do love whiskey too.
I know you do. He is said to move the chairs and the stools around, kind of like clang them together, maybe knock them over, and he holds the swinging doors open for the ladies.
Come on in, ladies.
And he has said, if you, like, you know what trigger objects are? Have you ever heard of a trigger object with a ghost or paranormal?
No, but I mean, I can gather what it means.
So it's like something that somebody loves and you use it to try to coax them out to get activity. Whiskey, a shot of whiskey. People will go and buy them a shot and him a shot and leave it on the bar. And it is said if you leave it long enough and come back, it'll be gone.
I bet it will.
I mean, I don't know who.
Let me be walking around.
I know.
With shots of whiskey laying around.
Is Daniel in there? Is he in the bar area? Ooh, 1 shot. Ooh, 2 shot. Somebody's just leaving shots out here recklessly.
These people are so nice.
They're so friendly. People just leaving these shots laying around. They got to watch out. Somebody can come and drink these up. So the next one is the ballroom. The ballroom is one of the most active rooms of the club. So they say. So other people say. I've never been there. I don't know.
But we're going to go.
We are going to go. Washoe people, club people, owners, employees, staff.
We're coming to see you.
We're coming to see you. I'll let you know when. So people report seeing shadows. They hear footsteps and laughter. They hear a female giggle. And they hear objects moving around up there.
Just stuff getting shuffled around.
Mm-hmm. Like, have you ever heard...
Like in an attic, like is it storage space?
No, it's not a storage space. It's an open room.
Okay. Oh, yeah, the ballroom.
It's a ballroom, yeah. Okay. People also smell ladies' perfume. And so they think that might be one of the ladies of the evening.
Yeah, I mean, hygiene wasn't too big. Perfume to mask.
Ew.
It's true.
I know. So here's where the other little girl comes to play. The ballroom was once a doctor's office, and that is where, quote unquote, Gretchen, that's who they call her. They call her Gretchen. She died. Back in the 1800s, there was a little girl who was struck by a horse and buggy, and she didn't die in the street, but people picked her up and they took her into the Washoe Club at the time because it was a doctor's office up there. And they took her to the doctor's office and she died in that area. And so they believe that the little girl in that area is Gretchen, so different than Ella.
Okay, so there's like 2 different areas of the building.
So I believe the ballroom's on the 2nd floor. Like I said, I've never been there. I don't have a layout. So I'm just kind of going off of what I heard and watching them walk around the building because I watched Colin's video and the ballroom seemed to be on the 2nd floor. And then some of the apartments seem to be on the 3rd. But I could be completely wrong. There could be apartments on the 2nd floor. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
So the next one's really sad too. I mean, all death I think is sad, but this one's tragic as well.
I'm going to disagree with you there. I think some death is...
What death?
Beautiful.
But what death is beautiful, Daniel?
Lives that are well lived.
Okay,
and
we're not talking about those at the Washoe Club. So like I said, the next one is pretty sad too. When I say that this area and this building has been surrounded by tragedy, it really has. Like it is just... tragedy after tragedy. This one's fairly recent. When I say fairly recent, I don't mean like 2020, but compared to the 1800s, it was in 1982.
Yeah, I mean, our sisters were a year old.
Oh, you better not tell them that. They're so old. Calling our sisters out.
Elderly siblings.
They are elderly, aren't they? Respect our elders.
But not them.
So this one is named Scotty. Good old Scotty.
What's up, Scotty?
Oh, I called you Scotty today, didn't I?
Yeah, well, this is my middle name.
It is your middle name. That's just funny.
Not Scotty. Scott.
Well, no.
There's no Y.
There's no Y.
Don't call me Danny. Don't call me Scotty.
Come on, Danny boy. So Scotty lived in the Washoe Club with his son. His son was a teenager, and he worked at the club from 1970 to 1982. I think those dates are right. I might be wrong. I might have numbers. Sometimes I get dyslexic. In June of 1982, Scotty unalived himself after the tragic death of his son. His son and his friend both were killed in a mining accident. They had went to some location in the area and the mine collapsed and they fell 1,200 feet. Oh,
wow. That's absolutely terrible.
He was not the same after, and he took his own life in his room of the Washoe Club. It's sad. I mean, these are just, not just an old lady that lived well that died there. This is...
Yeah, these are tragic stories.
These are horrible.
One after the other.
So the next person that they see, we don't know who it is. Well, that somebody might. I surely don't. He's called the Shadow Man. Just really basic.
You're just your basic ass ghost.
Just a basic Shadow Man. So Ghost Adventures apparently captured the Shadow Man, and so have some of the other employees. They have caught him before, and they call it the Shadow Man room.
They catch him in a net?
No, they just got them on pictures.
Like Peter Pan catching his shadow, sewing it to him.
I forgot all about that. They sure did sew that shadow to him, didn't they?
They sure did.
Huh.
I like Peter Pan.
So the next one is dark. The next one is not a person that had passed away. It's an entity. And the entity lives in this room called the Red Room. And employees say that in the Red Room, there's a door. It's a thick, heavy, old-timey door that will slam shut. It slams so hard. I just got goosebumps all over. Oh my God. It slams so hard that they can hear it down in the tavern. And this is on the 3rd floor.
Wow.
And now the acoustics in the building, from what I heard, were fantastic. But still, that door slams so hard that they hear it downstairs. They said that in that room is believed to be a very dark entity. Oh God, I don't like talking about this kind of stuff. I am covered in bumps.
Like a rash?
No, like chill bumps. Like
Take a Benadryl.
when I wrote this, I got really covered in bumps too, like chill bumps from head to toe, full body chills, and I'm getting them all over again.
So it's not, they're saying it's not like a specific person. It's just a...
It's a crawler. Oh, you've never heard of a crawler?
No.
Oh my God, don't Google it tonight. Google it tomorrow at work.
I'm going to Google it when we go to bed and I'll show you pictures.
No, don't you dare.
Yep.
I have vivid dreams. I'm working on strengthening my abilities. Don't you do that to me.
I'm going to do it, y'all.
I rebuke this. What do the people on TikTok say? I rebuke thee. Anyway.
I don't know. I don't TikTok much.
So, I know you don't. The entity is said to have come from a portal that investigators opened while doing some kind of ritual in the Red Room that they never closed. And so this entity was able to come from the portal. It is not human. It is inhuman. It is a crawler. It is angry. It is oppressive. And it scratches people. There are pictures of people that, oh God, my whole body just lit up. Oh gosh. There are pictures of people with huge 3-claw scratches down their back. And that when it knocks in a set of 3. So I love the number 3. My life number is a number 3. But when it comes to entities like this that scratch and there's 3 claw marks or knock-in 3s, I don't like that number. It is insanely dark when it's referred to as something like this, like demonic dark. And I don't think everything's a demon, but whatever this is, I think would qualify
as demonic.
It is very dark. If it's not demonic, it is very dark. People have said that when they are in the room that they smell sulfur. It is that smell of death. It is like that rot.
Like egg farts.
We're going to go and Dana's going to be like, you smell that egg fart?
In the dark room with egg farts.
I don't like talking about entities. I don't like talking about crawlers. I don't like talking about crawlers. I've never seen one. I don't want to see one. There have been several prisons that we've done episodes on, and there are crawlers in the prisons. So crawlers now this is just my personal beliefs about crawlers, just from research and stuff. I think that they can come from the land, some like Native American land.
Old land.
Old land. Oh yeah, that old land, which this is old land. So they can come from Native American land, curses, stuff like that. They can kind of be like skinwalker type things that morph into different things and they'll crawl up on the wall. But I also think that when there has been so much negativity in an area or a vicinity or a building, that negative energy can manifest into something that is created that was never human, and they can turn into crawlers. And I hate the idea of a crawler. Oof.
Or just that much negative energy in one space. I mean, it would make sense for prisons especially.
Yes.
They're violent. They're just complete negativity.
Yeah.
Places that have very little light, hope, or positivity.
Yeah. In Brushy Creek, there is a crawler. And then there's a prison in Nevada, I believe they have a crawler. There's a lot of prison. And then Missouri State Penitentiary, I believe there's a crawler as well. So it is not unheard of that these old prisons, they escape the crawler. And I think it's not because of Native American land. I think it's because of the negativity and the hate and the death and the violence that are in the walls that, just like hair holds memory. Walls hold memory.
Oh yeah, you can walk into houses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doing what I've done for the last 11 years, I've gone into a lot of houses.
Yeah.
Hundreds.
Yeah.
Hundreds of houses.
Absolutely.
And there are some houses you can just, especially like...
You just feel it.
Yeah, especially older houses. Like a sweet little lady lives there, and she's lived there. It was passed down from her grandfather. Like,
yeah.
There's a particular kind of energy in a lot of houses.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We talked about that on an episode when we were house hunting, and the goodbye episode that we talked about the different energies of the house. And when we sold our other house, when we bought it, there was such a weird energy, but it was like stagnant energy. But then the one house that we looked at that we made an offer before, it was very sad. And the guy had died of COVID.
Yeah, we didn't know it till afterwards.
But I said it.
Yeah.
I had no way of knowing, and yet I said it. I told you, I told our realtor, and then we found out that was true.
Yeah.
So other things that people report hearing in the Washoe Club. So they have a lot of storage rooms that are padlocked shut, and they hear movement in there's rooms, and there's no reason for anything to be in that room, but they'll hear like footsteps. The floor will vibrate like somebody is walking around on the other side of the doors.
So not rats or
critters? I don't really think rats are big enough. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're giant rats out in Virginia City that have 2 feet and stomp around, but I could be wrong.
I mean, I've seen some pretty big field rats. I mean, they're the size of Mavis.
Oh, Lord, she's tiny, but she's
That's
tiny for a cat, but big for a rat.
Yeah.
But no, so I think the movement that they're feeling is movement that would come from something very large, not an animal.
Gotcha.
When you have the floor vibrating underneath your feet, like somebody on the other side of the door is walking type. Like if you're on one side of this door and I'm on the other and I'm moving around, you can tell that it's me moving around, not Mavis moving around.
Right, but in these storage spaces, do you know if they are like actively used and they just stay unlock them when they need to get stuff?
I think some of them are used just as storage, and others, I'm not sure.
I'm just wondering if they're like locked and they
add it to the questions that we're going to ask when we go.
Stuff's just put away in there, or if it's something
he said
storage room they actively use.
I wasn't on the tour. I was just watching after the fact. But when we go and we do our tour, I'm going to ask and be like, hey, you. Hi. Do y'all use these?
How often?
How often do you use these?
Are y'all doing first in, first out of the storage room?
People also hear voices, moans, laughters, EVPs are caught, hair gets pulled, people feel footsteps and hear footsteps, the floor vibrates, they have audio interference, and phones sometimes will stop working or start acting funny, and then once they're out of the building, the phones will be acting right again.
I'm telling you right now, somebody pulls my hair, we got problems.
Well, there's only hair on your legs, hair on your face, and hair on your butt, so...
Exactly. We got problems.
Okay, I don't love this. Oh, before I get to the part where I don't love, people have also heard music coming from the 3rd floor. There is a piano up there, but it does not work. But because of the acoustics in the building, people have reported being downstairs in the tavern hearing piano playing coming from the 3rd floor.
Question, why do they have a non-working piano there? Why don't they get rid of it? It's
probably an antique. It's one of those old-time tavern, like you see in the Westerns.
Why don't they get it fixed?
I don't want to hear it. You would not get rid of it if you had it. Your love of antiques, you would. The buffet down there is missing a drawer, and yet it still sits proudly.
It's not missing a drawer.
It's broken. The mirror's cracked. Why don't you get rid of it?
Well, the mirror's cracked.
It's been cracked.
I didn't know that.
It's been cracked since we lived together in 2021.
Oh.
Get rid of it.
No.
Exactly. Why would you get rid of something that's from the 1800s that is home? That is where it's home. Go home, piano.
You're too good for your home?
You're too good for your home, piano? So, okay.
His bags are packed. He's ready to go.
This is the part I don't love. There is a doll. Of course there's a doll.
Of course there's always a doll. You people, don't stop getting your kids dolls. Just don't.
Everybody never buy a doll again.
Yeah, please
no
don't.
more dolls.
Let's boycott the doll
Dolls
industry.
are things of the past.
Yes.
No more dolls.
Yeah.
No more dolls.
We need a shirt that has.
My friend Taylor collects dolls, and all her dolls seem very lovely.
Send all your dolls to
No, Taylor only takes happy dolls and happy spirits, nice spirits, kind spirits. She doesn't take all spirited dolls, or vessels, I should say, is what they call them.
She could sort out all the dolls.
She will not. She only buys kind spirited dolls. She does not take them in. Don't put that on Taylor. She is too sweet. So this doll they call Annabelle.
Of course they call it Annabelle.
So she is on the 3rd floor, which, like I said, that's where the red room is. That's where the crawler is. That's where seems to be more of the kind of the negativity is. And they say,
misery loves company, it sounds like.
Absolutely. They say that people see her rocking in her chair by herself.
That mental image is creepy as hell.
Can I ask y'all something at the Washoe Club? Why you give her a chair?
Yeah. Put her in a high chair.
Can you,
Put some Cheerios in front of her. Let her eat.
She's probably just hungry.
Let her cook, bro.
She's probably just hungry. I get cranky when I haven't eaten either.
Some goldfish, some honey nut Cheerios.
That's right. I was thinking Cheerios. Yeah.
Just let her cook.
Yeah, but she's in a rocking chair, and they say she just rocks her little self. You'll just see the rocking chair. No, that is on y'all. That is on you at this point. You gave her a chair that rocks.
You're enabling this behavior.
People get dizzy when they're around her. They get the ringing in their ears, and they feel nauseous. And I think that's kind of the overall feeling on the third floor. So I'm interested when we go if I feel that, because you know that when I go to places like that, I feel that kind of energy.
And I'm pretty much like, la, la, la,
yeah,
la.
He's in another world. Dee. What's wrong with you? Why are you squinting? Your head hurt? Why does your head hurt?
I'm going to bring some Tylenol PM and some Benadryl and water.
Are you trying to kill me?
No.
Jeez. You heard it here first, folks. If I keel over, y'all demand a toxicology. He's going to kill me with Tylenol PM and Benadryl and whiskey. Y'all, if there's whiskey in my body, you know it's a murder. Just saying, because I don't drink that. I hate it. Blech. Paranormal investigations, they do paranormal investigations. If you are a investigation group or you are just a paranormal enthusiast like ourselves, you can go and you can do tours and you can do paranormal investigations at the Washoe Club.
You know what would be cool?
What?
Is if when we do go out there, because that's a pretty extensive trip, right?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of for us, coming from the East Coast. Mm-hmm. So, like, if you could get up with a investigative group, go out there, and we go out there with them.
Well, you know what's funny?
Do an investigation.
I'm meeting people through networking. I'm meeting a bunch of people, so that might not be so far out of the realm of possibilities.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would definitely, but I think that'd be really cool.
I want Twin Paranormal. I think they've been there. I want to go with Twin Paranormal. They live out in Nevada.
Yes, they do.
You would just stare. You wouldn't know what to think about. I think they're great. They seem so great. I think
they wouldn't know what to think of me.
Probably.
We'd both be giving each other deer in the headlight looks.
Yeah. I don't think they'd ever be mean, but I think it would be a lot of just staring at each other like, what's he looking at me for? Why's he looking at me for? I love them so much.
We'd probably get along fabulously.
Probably, because their personalities are a lot like yours. They're playful. They're funny. They present. I mean, they're covered in tattoos. They have crazy looking hair. They have piercings. I mean, they look different, but
I'm just jealous of hair.
That's true. Both River and Ryan have good hair. They have a lot of hair. And then Wyatt has red hair.
You don't have to rub it in, babe.
I'm rubbing it in. If y'all know Twin Paranormal, tell them hello.
But that would be really cool.
It would be. Any group, really.
Yes.
But they are in Nevada. So it would be a lot of fun. So Ghost Adventures actually captured some of the most famous early pieces of evidence. We talked about this. I told you about this. They captured a full body apparition in the ballroom, I believe. And it was walking across. And I mean, nobody was up there. It was. I
do remember you telling me about that.
Yeah. And I think you can see it on YouTube. I can't repost it because I think they sue people if they do. So, but you can Google it.
We don't want litigation.
I'm tired of litigation, y'all. I don't want any more. No more. Shirt. No more.
No more litigation.
I'm not going to put litigation. Just no more. No mas. So investigators have collected dozens of EVPs from whispers to full sentences, experienced cold spots, and they said that sometimes these cold spots are so cold they can see their breath, and they are inside and they're in the middle of summer. So no reason why it should be that cold. Even skeptics admit that the building has an energy you can feel as soon as you walk in.
That sentence reminds me of the Green Park.
Oh.
As soon as you walk in there, you're like,
this feels funny. Ghost tours are guided and last about 40 minutes, and they're offered every day, and they'll take you on all 3 floors. And they're actually, I don't know if this is updated, but if this is the case, it's very reasonable. For adults, $10 per person, children 16 and under, $5.
I'm just wondering how they're making any money off that.
I don't know. Maybe I didn't look at the paranormal costs, the overnight investigations. They might make their money there. That might cost a lot more. Sometimes some of the Ohio State Infirmary or Reformatory, I can't remember the name of it, it's like $1,500 to do an overnight. So if they're doing that multiple times a week, then... Yeah. But yeah, it's very affordable if you want to take a tour. They encourage their guests to take plenty of pictures and videos because you never know what you're going to catch. A lot of the pictures that they showed on Colin's video were from people that took the tours that were sending them to the employees.
I think that it's really funny, and as we've talked about and talked about different places, gone to different places, it's always interesting to me how people either lean into it or
away,
yeah. Just kind of don't acknowledge it. But that dynamic is really interesting to me.
So today the Washoe Club is still there. The saloon is an operating bar. You can go grab you a drink and buy a shot for the little...
Hell yeah.
Daniel will drink both of them. I'll take this for you and me. Woo! And you can book a private investigation overnight. And if you're feeling brave, you can do that. The architecture itself takes you right back in time.
I love that.
I know. I knew you would like this one because if you look at it, I'll show you when we get to the bedroom.
Oh,
hey.
Show me what you got.
I'm going to bed, but I will show you. I'll Google it and I'll show you. It truly looks like it hasn't been touched since the 1800s, like especially the outside.
You Google it and I'll Oogle it.
If you visit, please raise your glass to the lady in blue and the miners, the little girl, and take a shot in memory of the prospector.
Absolutely. Can't wait to do that.
Yep. So they say either way you're there, you just don't drink alone. Always somebody there with you.
Good.
So that's our episode.
When you started talking about the red room,
Rad Ram.
All that kept playing in my head was In the White Room by Cream, Eric Clapton. In the white room with black curtain.
Oh yeah. No. Remix. Oh, that was good.
It was very
good. We
good.
haven't done a history one in a minute.
No, I love those.
I have some collabs coming up, guys. I have Pen Paranormal coming up next week, so stay tuned for that. I'm trying to get a schedule. I want to do at least 2 collabs a month, and then one history episode, and then 1 listener happenings episode. But I can't make the listener happenings episodes happen without you.
Without listeners.
Right. So if you have happenings and you have a few minutes to spare, please send me your ghost gossip at ghostgossip247@gmail.com. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all the places. Give me a 5-star review. All of my handles are going to be linked in the show notes. I think that's all I got. My mind is mush.
Please spread the gossip.
Spread the gossip about the ghost gossip, guys. Go follow me. Go share. I'm trying to build my online community. It is a slow build because I don't like going live, and I interact with people, but I'm not putting myself out there like posting 20 times a day or live all the time. I can't. I don't have the desire to do that. I just don't.
Yeah.
Like, I think that if I was younger and didn't have children, but I mean, like, people do it and they're my age, but I think that they're doing it.
They want to.
They want to. They enjoy it. I don't like sitting in front of the live camera, squinting, trying to read comments. I do like going live. I really do when I'm with somebody else and I'm having a conversation. But just sitting there, waiting, and then some guy coming on there and be like, "You're really hot."
Eggplant.
Yeah. And I've seen some stupid crap come through before. Like, not on mine, on other people's. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. Come on, guys. Like, act your age, not your shoe size. Boom.
Wow.
Sick burn, bruh.
No, definitely not.
Okay. Well, until next time, thank you for listening.
Thank you.
And they'll see you later.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. People report hearing heavy boobs
hitting the floor.
Let the boobies hit the floor. Let the boobies hit the floor.
Let them boobies hit me.
Oh. Make me pee my parents.
Don't pee on your parents, R. Kelly. Come on. Probably make me my shorts.
I'm so flustered from thinking my microphone wasn't working. I'm trying to get my head back in.
Baby, your microphone is on. You
Thank
are recording.
God. Okay.